Alison and I'm part of the online community of Andover Baptist Church. You're joining me for the last in a series of devotions that I've called Connecting with God. We've been thinking about some of the creative ways we can connect with God, thinking about nature, music, talking and meditating. Today we're going to focus on listening to God. I want to do this by recapping on each of the ways we've looked at this week, and then to focus on listening to God through all those different ways, giving God space to speak to us. So what do I mean by God speaking? I've never actually heard God speak out loud to me, although I know some people have. For me, he speaks into my thoughts, prompting me to do something, encouraging me, sometimes saying things I don't want to hear, or maybe giving me a new idea. Sometimes he speaks through something I read or hear, like a sermon or a friend that I trust. Sometimes it just seems that everything is giving me the same message, and that's when I know that God is speaking to me. The reading I've chosen for today is another from the Psalms, that book of poetry and songs in the Old Testament part of the Bible. It's from Psalm 25, verses 4 and 5. Show me your ways, O Lord. Teach me your paths. Guide me in your truth and teach me. For you are God my Saviour, and my hope is in you all day long. The writer of the psalm is asking God to speak to him. He knows that God's ways are true and will give him hope. And the same is true for us. We just need to listen. So we talked about nature and walking out in nature. When you're out there and you're looking and thinking, take time to listen as well as looking. What is God saying to you? When you're listening to music, what is God saying to you through it? Listen. Sometimes maybe don't sing, just listen to the words and let them really penetrate inside and see what is God saying to you through them. And when you're talking to God, give him space to reply. Don't just rush through all your requests, but ask and then wait. Be silent for a while. I've been amazed how God fills those spaces if I listen. And if you're journaling your thoughts to God, try writing a letter back from him. I would focus on God and then wait, and then just write whatever comes into my head without censoring it at all. And God often gives me a whole new perspective on something. And when you meditate, again, give space to hear God's voice. Yesterday I suggested that you might meditate using a shell or a small stone and just using that as a focus. So as you hold your shell, think about your future this time, any decisions you need to make, and ask God for guidance. Stay silent, wait, and listen to what God has to say. I sometimes struggle to sleep, especially if there's something on my mind. And in the early hours of the morning, sometimes, not always by any means, but sometimes I find that God speaks to me. When I was thinking about a subject for these devotions, I couldn't sleep at all, as God was filling my thoughts with ideas. I had to get up and find pen and paper and write it all down before I could get to sleep. And if I'm worrying about something or overwhelmed by sadness, God listens and gives me comfort. Or if I've messed up and I've upset somebody else, God will prompt me to go and apologise. He often tells me I need more humility. Or if I've got a decision to make, he will guide me. If I take the time to ask and then to listen to his response, and I don't always. Some years ago I was asked to take on a voluntary role for a charity. I was flattered, and I leapt into saying yes, even though I got this nagging sense in the back of my mind that it wasn't the right thing to do. And the role took far more of my time than I had expected, and I knew I should have taken time to really listen to what God wanted for me before I'd said yes. Our song today is a combination of Who am I? And Voice of Truth by Casting Crowns. Let's pray before you listen to that. Show us your ways, O Lord. Teach us your paths. Guide us in your truth. For you are God, our Saviour, and our hope is in you all day long. Amen. I hope this week has inspired you to experiment with different ways of connecting with God. Keep experimenting till you find what works for you. And if you're not yet a Christian, I hope that you will find a connection with God. And whatever you're going through at the moment, I believe that God is there beside you. And I pray that as you listen to him, he will guide you. Thank you for joining me this week. It's been a privilege to lead these devotions.